Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's Prime Time, and now the headlines. During a stormy session of the Lok Sabha on Wednesday, the Merchant Shipping Amendment Bill 2024 was passed by voice vote, even as opposition members disrupted proceedings with demands for a debate on the special intensive revision of voter lists in Bihar. The sudden death of industrialist Sanjay Kapoor on June 12, 2025 at Windsor's Ghat Polo Club has been medically ruled as a natural death. The Sri Lankan Navy arrested 14 Indian fishermen from Tamil Nadu's Ramanathapuram district. A devastating cloudburst in Uttarakashi district has claimed at least 4 lives, while over 50 people are reported missing. Apologize for the delay, and now the news in detail. Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy demanded 42% reservation in education, employment and political reservation in local bodies. He urged President to clear the bills regarding the issues and said that PM Modi and Amit Shah are pressuring the President not to give appointments to people from Telangana.
We wanted to tell that we are waiting for education, employment reservation 42% OBCs and political reservation in local bodies 42%. Two bills are pending with President of India. We have waited long more 4 months, but they have not accepted. Now we are demanding, Parliament is going on, सड़क से लेकर संसद तक हम तो लड़ाई जारी है. So we are fighting from road to Parliament. So our demand is that they have to clear those bills. Education, employment reservation 42% and political reservation in local bodies 42%. Till now they have not cleared, and also we have asked appointment of Rashtrapati. Till now we have not got any appointment. I think 2 days back Narendra Modi ji and Amit Shah ji, they have met Rashtrapati ji. I think they are pressurizing Rashtrapati ji to not to give appointment to Telangana people. Now we are here, entire cabinet, parliament members, MLCs and MLAs, most of the rural nook and corner OBCs are here. We are pro-OBC. Rahul Gandhi is pro-OBC. Narendra Modi is anti-OBC. This is the fight between pro-OBC, anti-OBC. So we will see how to get this reservation. If Modi is going to accept it, is fine. Otherwise, we will defeat him coming election and we will make Rahul Gandhi as a Prime Minister. We will get that 42% reservation in all over India.
Why do you
Thank
think
you.
that PM is anti-OBC? Why do you think so?
Because of his actions. Action speaks. So he is least bothered about Jati Ganana. We have demanded that. So he is not replying. He is not taking up a discussion in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. So it indicates his intention. So these indications are there against OBC. So now we wanted to fight against Modi ji and NDA government.
Mr. Reddy, BJP is saying that this is a conspiracy for vote appeasement because you're giving only 5% for OBC and 10% for Muslims. They are saying this. What is your answer?
I'm challenging whoever is the Minister of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Bandi Sanjay has said this.
Bandi Sanjay or Kishan Reddy, they are illiterates, I can say. Why? Because ask them to go through my bills. Governor has accepted our bills. If there is anything for reservation separate for Muslims or any other thing, it is just impossible to accept governor of Telangana. So it is approved by the governor of Telangana. How come they are making allegations against government of Telangana? So it's a political stunt. So it is not going to save Bharatiya Janata Party, this political stunt. Yeah, that is one formula. My point is that why that formula? Why don't you amend our act? Already you have amended for EWS. Why can't for OBCs? We are not taking any other reservation. So we are their legitimate right. We wanted to give their legitimate right. So Rahul Gandhi is trying to get the legitimate right of OBCs. Modi is refused to give that legitimate right to OBCs. That's all.
During a stormy session of the Lok Sabha on Wednesday, the Merchant Shipping Amendment Bill 2024 was passed by voice vote, even as opposition members disrupted proceedings with demands for a debate on the special intensive revision of voter list in Bihar. The House reconvened at 2 p.m. following an earlier adjournment with Sanjay Kapoor presiding. However, normal proceedings were soon derailed as opposition MPs raised slogans and created commotion, stalling legislative business. Union Minister for Port, Shipping and Waterways, Sarbananda Sonowal, introduced the bill, which seeks to modernize the Merchant Shipping Act of 1956 and align India's maritime laws and key international conventions, including MARPOL and the Wreck Removal Convention.
माननीय सदस्य श्री ब्रजेश चोटा जी।
Thank you, Speaker Madam. I rise to express my strong support for the Merchant Shipping Bill 2024. Madam, it's a landmark reform which is taken up by a government led by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, which is going to modernize the maritime sector and propel us towards becoming a global shipping hub, Madam. And it's so unfortunate that the opposition party is not willing to debate such an important bill, which is going to transform the shipping sector and going to create a lot of jobs in this sector. Ma'am, I represent the constituency Mangalore, a city that stands as one of the India's prominent maritime gateways, Madam. I am grateful for the opportunity given to speak on this bill, whose provisions and impact are deeply intertwined with my constituency and the larger growth of the region, Madam. Madam, I would like to say, with every drop of water you drink, every breath you take, you are connected to the sea, Madam. For centuries, the seas have been the arteries of trade and civilization. The bill is a visionary step in this direction by our leader, Shri Narendra Modi ji, which will ensure a safe, efficient and sustainable maritime operations for a rising India. Madam, under the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and our Minister Shri Sarbananda Sonowal, the bill brings several key transformative measures, Madam. Firstly, it brings in a modernized legal framework. Madam, it replaces a 6-decade-old law with a forward-looking statute that aligns with global maritime standards and international conventions, Madam. It encourages foreign investment. Madam, the new bill proposes significant reforms. Significant reforms to attract foreign investment. It also reduces the ownership threshold from...
In a shocking incident, a 55-year-old man committed suicide inside a police station in Tamil Nadu's Coimbatore district on Tuesday around midnight. Coimbatore City Police informed that an unidentified man aged around 55 hanged himself in the sub-inspector's room on the first floor of the police station at B1 Bazaar Police Station in Coimbatore City. Upon receiving this information, police officers rushed to the scene and conducted an investigation. Based on CCTV footage, the deceased was identified as Rajan, a resident of Kamaraj Nagar, Ramachettipalia.
Yeah, at around 11:20 yesterday night, a person claiming that he is being chased by 25 people entered the police station and informed the sentry. So sentry has consoled him, and he has also came out of the police station and searched for the people who are chasing this person. As such, there was no such incident. Sentry consoled him and asked him to come tomorrow. So, but the same time, sentry went inside the police station to attend the phone calls. By that time, the person, suspected person, he sneaked into the police station and he climbed the first floor of the police station and committed suicide by hanging using his own dhoti. So that is what happened. Though during the morning roll call, when the sub-inspector knocked the room, which is his own room, there was no sound from inside. So he broke open the room and then went inside, and he saw the person found hanging. Later, upon inquiry, the suspected person was identified as Rajan alias Arivuli Rajan of Sundakamutur near Perur. So his family members are contacted, and their version is that he was mentally unstable and he was disturbed, and he used to say that around 25 people are chasing him upon his own imagination. Now we have taken all the footages, CCTV footages. He has come to Coimbatore city by 11 o'clock, and from there he has gone to town OP. From town OP he has gone to Pothis Corner, and Pothis Corner he has gone to the Prakasham bus stop, and then he entered the B1 police station. So inquiry is on. Inquest will be done by the judicial magistrate, and based on the outcome of the inquiry, the case will be decided.
Is he mentally disturbed?
That's what their family members are claiming, but we have to verify that. Yeah.
Police person inside the station were
Yeah, they were a little not alert on the duty, so disciplinary action will be taken against them.
The sudden death of industrialist Sanjay Kapoor on June 12, 2025 at Windsor Guards Polo Club has been medically ruled out as a natural death. However, the case has taken a contentious turn amid an ongoing corporate and inheritance dispute. Within the Sona Komsa family, Sanjay Kapoor's mother, Rani Kapoor, has formally approached UK authorities demanding a criminal investigation, citing mysterious circumstances. According to sources familiar with the official post-mortem report, Sanjay Kapoor died of cardiac-related natural causes. The autopsy found a markedly enlarged heart with thickened left ventricular walls, signs of mild coronary artery disease, while there was no constructive past medical history. Medical experts concluded the cause of death and left ventricular hypertrophy and ischemic heart disease. In a clinical opinion accompanying the report, doctors stated that even mild coronary narrowing could impair blood flow to the heart, especially in the presence of left ventricular hypertrophy, raising the risk of arrhythmia. Moving on, the Sri Lankan Navy arrested 14 Indian fishermen from Tamil Nadu's Ramanathapuram district. The 4 of them were arrested from Thondi, Tirupalai this morning, and 10 fishermen who went fishing on Tuesday were arrested from the Pambam area of Rameswaram in Ramanathapuram district of Tamil Nadu. The fishermen arrested from Tirupalai have been identified as Vimal Raj, Mathesh, Sakti and Karthi. Sea Workers Association State President S. Murugananthan said the Sri Lanka Navy has arrested 4 fishermen who went fishing in a country from Thonde in Ramanathapuram district yesterday, along with the boat they were on. Similarly, the Sri Lankan Navy arrested 10 fishermen from Pamban who went fishing in a boat INT TN 10 mm 2702 yesterday. The incident of the Sri Lanka Navy arresting 14 fishermen from Ramanathapuram district in a single day has caused unrest among the fishermen. Earlier on July 29, 5 fishermen from Rameshwaram were arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy for allegedly crossing the international maritime boundary line.
இலங்கை கடற்படை தமிழக மீனவர்களை கைது செய்வது என்பது அதிகமாகிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. தொண்டிலிருந்து 4 நாட்டுப்படகு மீனவர்களும் பாமனிலிருந்து 10 விசைப்படகு மீனவர்களும் கைது செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். தொடர்ச்சியாக 10 நாளாக கடலுக்கு போகாமல் இப்போ தான் போனோன்னா படகு பிடிச்சி அங்கே கட்டி வைக்கிறதுக்கு துறைமுகம் ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. மத்திய அரசும் கேட்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க, மாநில அரசும் வலியுறுத்த மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. மீனவன் எங்கே போகிறது? பிச்சை எடுக்க தான் போகணும், பஞ்சம் முழுக்க தான் போகணும்.
We'll be right back after a short break, so stay tuned.
Prevent HIV through safer sex practices. Use condoms. Abstain from casual sex. Be faithful to your partner. Experiment with your style, not your life.
Welcome back. The Indo-Tibetan Border Police rescued 413 pilgrims who were stranded along the Kinnair Kailash Yatra route in Himachal Pradesh's Kinnaur district after a flash flood washed away a large portion of the trekking path near the Tangling area. The rescue operation was carried out by personnel from the 17th Battalion of ITBP using a rope-based traverse crossing techniques to safely evacuate the pilgrims to a secure location. The operation was led by 1 gazetted officer supported by 4 subordinate officers and 29 other personnel in collaboration with a 14-member team from the National Disaster Response Force. Following an alert received from the Kinnaur District Administration regarding more people being trapped in the affected area, ITBP and NDRF teams were remobilized and continued to carry out intensive search and rescue operations. Moving on, despite the uncertain global trade environment due to ongoing tariff announcements and trade negotiations, the RBI has kept the GDP growth projection for the current financial year 2025-26 unchanged at 6.5%. Announcing the monetary policy on Wednesday, RBI Governor Sanjay Kapoor said that the central bank continues to see resilience in domestic activity supported by favorable macroeconomic conditions. The RBI expects the domestic economy to be driven by an above normal southwest monsoon, low inflation, rising capacity utilization and congenial financial conditions. These factors, the RBI noted, are providing a supporting backdrop for sustained economic activity. Further, the central bank highlighted that supportive monetary, regulatory and fiscal policies including robust government capital expenditure are likely to boost demand.
Taking all these factors into account, real GDP growth for 2025-26, the current year, is projected at 6.5%, our earlier projection, with Q1 at 6.5%, Q2 at 6.7%, Q3 at 6.6%, and Q4 at 6.3%. Real GDP growth for Q1 next year, 2026-27, is projected at 6.6%. The risks are evenly balanced. Now speak on the domestic inflation. CPI headline inflation declined for the 8th consecutive month to a 77-month low of 2.1% in June. This was driven primarily by a sharp decline in food inflation, led by improved agricultural activity and various supply side measures. Food inflation recorded its first negative print since February 2019. It was negative 0.2% in June. Double-digit deflation in vegetables and pulses drove this contraction. High-frequency price indicators signal a continuation of the lower price momentum in fruit prices to July, the last month as well. Fuel group inflation moderated over 2 successive months to record 2.6% in June. Core inflation, on the other hand, which remained within a narrow range of 4.1 to 4.2% during February to May this year, increased slightly to 4.4% in June, partly driven by continued increase in gold prices. The inflation outlook for 2025-26 has become more benign than expected in June. Large favorable base effects combined with steady progress of the southwest monsoon, healthy kharif sowing, adequate reservoir levels, and comfortable buffer stocks of food grains have contributed to this moderation. CPI inflation, however, is likely to edge up above 4% in Q4 of this year and beyond, as unfavorable base effects and demand-side factors from policy actions that we took a little while ago, a few months ago, come into play. Barring any major negative shock to input prices, core inflation is likely to remain moderately above 4% during the year. Weather-related shocks pose risks to inflation outlook. Considering all these factors, CPI inflation for the current year 2025-26 is now projected at 3.1%. This is down from 3.7% that we had earlier projected in June, with Q2 at 2.1%, Q3 at 3.1%, and Q4 at 4.4%. CPI inflation for Q1 next year, 2026-27, is projected at 4.9%. The risks are evenly balanced.
And that's all for now. Goodbye.